Another week, another video, and this time we're in the F Pace. We're off today for a service, an MOT, maybe some brakes, maybe some tyres, a small mortgage, who knows. But anyway, those who watch the channel regularly will probably guess where I'm about to go now, and those who don't, why aren't you? Hit that sub button, subscribe, and stay tuned. You probably guessed it, Krispy Kremes. Every time the car goes in, I just leave them on the seat. It's not much, but it's just nice little gestures that look after the people that look after you. So today, the F Pace is going in for its 80,000 mile or 5-year service, which is good because we're on about 82,000, looking at the clock down there. And I'll put the number down the bottom, but I think that's about £580. And in that, in your £582, you get an oil filter, the battery and the key changed, the cabin filter, the fuel filter, it just says filter, I don't even know what that is. You get the filter changed, you get brake fluid changed, you get your screen fluid, which I guess would be a washer fluid, and then you get your differential and your engine oil changed. So fairly big service, 96 months or 84,000 miles at a cost of £582. Now on top of that, I've got the MOT, so I hope nothing comes up in that could broadside me. There is still a warranty on this car, so not too nervous, but wear and tear items wouldn't be covered, such as the brakes and the tyres, which are both getting low. I know I don't yet have the warning light on the dash for the pad wear sensor, but I do know they're getting low, and I do know the tyres are getting low. So it'll be what it'll be. It's all part of car ownership. So let's get over to Jaguar and let's see what's happening.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Well, we're home. Well, not home. I don't live here, but you know what I mean. And it passed the MOT. And quite well, I may add. It only got 2 advisories, minor advisories, and that was on a crack in the windscreen and the brake discs having a bit of pitting outside of the braking surface. Now, when you consider this car's done nearly 85,000 miles on its original set of discs as well, that's pretty impressive. And when I say a crack in the windscreen, it's not going all the way across. It's a stone chip that's grown into something just outside of the driver's swept area there. I don't know if we're going to pick up on that, but it's not in the swept area. It's less than 40 mil, and for that reason it's only an advisory. I have got it booked in for a new windscreen, just haven't got there yet. So how did the service go? Well, it went well. The car got serviced and it's here, so it went well. How many advisory items did I get on the service and what was the cost? And that's where it starts going not quite so well. Now, it's important to remember that the main dealer will always over-advise to cover their own liability. They don't want any risk of not giving the correct advice and remedial actions on a car. So these tyres have got 5 mil left on them, and they've advised 4 new tyres all round. They have, rightly so, recommended a new windscreen because that's there, but they're charging, or they've quoted, sorry, the full cost of a windscreen, whereas I'm going through my insurance company, I've only got to pay £100 excess. And then on top of that, they've quoted me for new discs at the front for the reasons we just mentioned as to why it got an advisory in the MOT. And they've quoted those at, unsurprisingly, main dealer prices. So all said and told, that came in to a shade over £3,500 if I was to go ahead with that work. Now, as I mentioned, I'm having the windscreen replaced through the insurance company, so I've only got an excess of £110, something like that for this. The brakes, I'm going to do myself. Keep your eyes peeled for that video. Just changing discs and pads, that's not rocket science. And the tyres, let's be real, I'm not changing those with 4 or 5 mil left on them. I totally get why they have to recommend these things, it's about liability, but there's plenty left on those. So, all told, I walked out of there paying the base service price, the base MOT price, and nothing more, which for a car that's 5 years old now, knocking on nearly for 100,000 miles, I'd consider that pretty good going. And as to why did I go to the main dealer, well, there's two main reasons behind that. First and foremost, it's the service, and I'll come on to that a bit more in a minute. And then secondly, it's about the value of having that stamp in the logbook for the car. As I keep saying, every time I walk into Tesco's to buy a tray of donuts to take in with me, it's about looking after the people that look after you. And I've walked into the dealership today, don't expect any special service. I'm just another customer, I'm just another person through the door in the busy day of everyone who works there. And we're all just trying to do our 9 to 5 for the same reason. We're all in the same race. But you show people a bit of niceness and that can be reciprocated. They were good enough to set me up in an empty office so I could work from there whilst the car was being serviced. So I still go to the Jaguar back where I used to live in Sussex, even though I now live the opposite side of the country. So that's probably an hour and a half of driving for me to get over there. They set me up in the office, plied me with tea and coffee. I have my own hot desk for the afternoon. They gave me a tour of the cars that they currently have in, customer cars, demo cars, whatever that was. Now check out this smashed up Aston Martin. Whoever it was walked away fine. They were a bit bumped and scraped, but they were in overall good health. But they think just ran out of talent on a track day. God knows why they even bothered taking that to the dealership. I got to sit in a new Defender, which I'm quietly confident was probably sales tactics, but it was a very nice car. And it's got me thinking about this a little bit. And also get to check out some of the cool Aston Martins they had in, which I just point blank refused to walk into the sales room at Aston Martin because that's not something I really want to get on the wrong side of. And I think that will be the last time this car goes to a dealership for a service. With me anyway. The next service on this car is £1,500 and I've got a decision that I need to make. Do I get rid of this car before it starts knocking on the anniversary of that expensive service and it becomes hard to sell? The mileage is only getting higher and it's already quite high. So there's a strong argument to say, do I get rid of this car? Do I replace it with something else? Or on the flip side, do I accept that I'm going to keep this car, not going to get rid of it anytime soon and effectively almost run it into the ground, at which point there's not really any benefit of paying main dealer prices for servicing if it's only me and I don't have to worry about those stamps in the logbook. So I really am at a bit of a crossroads with my journey with this car. And that's something that I've been really pondering on quite a lot lately, and I don't really know what to do. So genuinely, please do let me know what you think you'd do in this situation down in the comments, because I'm stuck. Do I replace it? Do I keep it? Do I get rid of both cars? Replace it with a fast SUV? I really don't know the answer to this, and it's something I just cannot get my head around. So let me know what you think down in the comments. So all in all, I think I got off quite lightly today. I've got a lot of soul searching to do on what I want to do with this moving forwards. But that's it for another video. Thank you for watching, guys. I say it every time, if you're not already, please do think about subbing to the channel by hitting that button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.